you have said that you wanted to take part in the debate, but you could not. How does that make you feel today, sir?
Yes, Barkha, thank you for inviting me to your channel. Definitely, I, as a member of parliament who represents Outer Manipur, of which the people who are called tribals, who are suffering, who are being violated, who are suffering much of the violence, are being represented by me. I wanted to speak when finally the uh, the government allowed the motion on the no confidence motion against the government. I thought that that was the right time that we should speak. But somehow, when many of my friends who belong to the BJP, I think messages had come to me that it is not good for you to speak. And so, though I did not directly approach the speaker for a time, uh, I was uh, I was told not to speak. In fact, my own friend, who is also from the other parliamentary constituency, also was debarred, not allowed to speak. And so he also told me that it is advisable not to speak. And so I didn't want to hurt the government's sentiments, and so I didn't insist on speaking either. But however, I wanted to, speak on behalf of my people who were being, the pain had come to them, tears had come to them, blood was being shed, and then, hearts were being broken by whatever has been going around. And so, for which I also wanted to send a message, but somehow I didn't get a chance.
So you're saying you did not officially ask to speak, but it was conveyed to you informally that it would not be good if you got up to speak. What was the concern? Why were you advised not to speak? There are only two members of parliament. Neither of you spoke. What was the
Yeah.
concern?
See, the fact is, during the course of the session, but this monsoon session, I had put in a lot of questions, questioning about Manipur. Maybe more than 40, 50 questions were being put, but none of those were picked up in any of the discussion hours. And then I also, when the no confidence motion was also being put, I asked my friend that I have to speak, but then he said, Lorho, it is better you do not speak. So
So
some
you
of my
placed
friends,
you placed 50 questions and not one was taken up in any parliamentary discussion. Not even one.
except for one on education, many of our students have been deprived of when examinations came. They were not able to get a center. They were, supposed to have the examination center in Imphal, and the tribal students could not come. And so that was the only thing that was allowed. But that also because of the disruption, it was not taken up. Otherwise, many of those questions that I put up were none of them were picked up.
How does it make you feel today? Your party, the NPF, is an ally of the BJP, right? You're an ally of the government. And do you feel angry? Do you feel dejected today that you could not take part in a national parliamentary debate around your own people, your home state?
Yes, definitely. We feel bad. Uh, the fact that I was not allowed, I was not given a chance to speak. In fact, when a debate on Manipur is going on, even if I had not asked for it, they should have asked me to speak. That would have been appropriate for the government also. But when I showed all my intentions to speak, I was told not to speak. So definitely, I feel dejected. I feel as though we are being sidelined. And yeah, many of my people feel that the member of parliament who represents them should speak, because I represent not only the Kuki group, I also represent the Naga group, I also represent the Meitei group. All of them have concern for the violence in Manipur. All of them are being affected. Everyone is being affected. There is crying, tears, and hurt, and killings, and bloodshed on all sides. Many people have been suffering. And so I wish that the government takes up appropriate steps to bring an end to all of this, because of which I wanted to speak.
And you're saying that even if you had not wanted to speak, actually they should have approached you to speak.
Exactly. Because, see, I, being a member of the alliance, they should have allowed their alliance partner to come and speak. At least if they wanted to see that the violence should be contained, because I represent some of these communities. The government says that there must be peace, peace must be restored. How will peace be restored if I am not allowed to speak, or if I'm not given a chance to at least appeal for peace as well? I think it is only appropriate that the government should ask me to speak too.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's quite ironic that the two members of parliament of Manipur did not speak. And as you said, the government should have asked me to speak, even if you hadn't approached them. Now, who told you or who advised you don't speak? That part is not clear.
Yeah, let me not bring any names, but from the BJP, some of the leaders, they asked me not to speak. So that is, I think, a message enough for me to understand that the government doesn't want me to speak.
You have said that you do not trust the chief minister. You trust the center, but not the chief minister. You said that a few weeks ago. Uh, is that still your position?
I think by the very fact that violence had not been controlled, and even till today, the allegations that the state uh, police forces are still leading on and then allowing violence to the mob to go and do the attack, and then a section of people are being, exploited in such manners. I think that only speaks that the someone at the helm of things is not willing to control the whole situation, and because of which I have often told that it is only because of the central leadership that has given so much of heart, so much of their emotional attachment to our people, that they from look east to they have converted it to act east, and so much development taking place. You could see the development deficits, the imbalance that is there in the hills, in the valley. Things are there. So because of what the government at the center is doing, I absolutely have a lot of confidence on the leadership of the Prime Minister and the Union Home Minister. But when we look at the state, there is absolutely no coordination between the alliance partners. Yes, two of my MLAs are also ministers, but when we as member of parliament or as MLAs who are not holding any such position go to the government to speak to him, he just brushes us aside. He tends to listen, but he doesn't do anything about it.
So but for now, it looks, hearing the Home Minister in Parliament, that Mr. Biren Singh is not being sacked. As an ally, as a partner, what do you have to say about that?
See, there are also certain issues which the Union Home Minister also did say. He said that the state government is cooperative.
Yes.
So, which is why it raises a lot of questions. How about the arms and ammunitions that are the armory that has been looted? How about the continuing violence that has been going on? How about uh, the relief materials that has not been sent to the hills, which are being obstructed by the Mera Paidis or from a section of people? How about the in the hills the lifeline of the Manipur, which supplies everything to the Imphal Valley, also being cut off for a long time? Things are not being under control. So whether all of those things are also being, they have had the tacit approval of the central government, that, that is why the Home Minister says that they are cooperative with the central government. Those are confusions that I have. I wish there is clarity.
Given your concerns about the situation in Manipur, will your party continue to be an alliance partner of the BJP?
I think so far, yes, we will continue to be, because there are political compulsions, though. But let us see when the election times are near, and then what the government does in the next coming few days or weeks. We will see.